Working as a horse auctioneer isn't just a job for Steve Friskup, it's a passion. He also loves calf roping and spending time with his wife, Robin. But years ago, Steve's favorite activities were overshadowed by his love for alcohol.
I never was a guy who could, like, have a drink and then go home. If I had one, I was going to have two. If I had two, I was going to have 12. And if I had 12, then sometime in the night I was going to become rich, handsome, and bulletproof all at the same time.
Steve had his first drink when he was just 9 years old. His parents went to church, but they were heavy drinkers. As an adult, Steve discovered alcohol gave him something he had always longed for.
It made me liked. It made me popular. It made me fit in. And I may not can rope as good as anybody. I may not have as much money as anybody else. But when we're at the bar, you're going to like me. However much it costs, you're going to like me.
But the alcohol didn't just make Steve popular. It turned him into a man he barely knew.
It just dumbed me down to a guy that I didn't want to be. Every time I sobered up, I didn't want to be that guy. That's not who I wanted to be. And I knew it.
His poor judgment spilled over into his marriage.
But I could spend money on the dumbest stuff. I could buy, you know, buy drinks for everybody. You know, you could gamble. You could just do what, you know, buy stuff. Just do dumb stuff.
Steve's drinking affected his relationship with his children the most.
I used language that was a man should be crucified for in front of my children. I wasn't mean and abusive. I was just vulgar. Stuff like that. It's no good.
One morning after a night of drinking, Steve woke up with his usual hangover and a revelation. He was tired of his drunken lifestyle.
And I got up that morning and had to go to work, and I was sick, with capital sick. I mean, it was bad. It was like you hit me right in the forehead with a chopping axe. I didn't have any money left. And I laid there in that bed and I thought, now I got to put my game face on and go auctioneer this horse sale and pretend like I'm fine. And I'm not fine. And I told that friend of mine, I said, I ain't drinking no more, I'm done. Oh, they kidded me. He told everybody. They laughed at me. They picked on me all weekend.
But Steve was serious about his new commitment. He just didn't know how to keep it. On the ride home after the auction, he decided to talk to God.
That night, I called on Jesus. For some odd reason, I did that. Nobody's told me how to pray this prayer. I just called on Jesus, and I met him. He said, what do you want? I said, I want two things. I want to be a good husband, and I want to be a good dad. And I don't want to do another thing away from home that I'm ashamed to tell my family when I get back. And alcohol's turning me loose to be an idiot, and I don't want it anymore. I want rid of it right now. He said, if you'll give me all of it, I'll get rid of that. And I said, I'm all yours. And it moves me every time. How awesome it is for a guy like me in the cab of a pickup to have your sins forgiven.
He drove home that night and started a new life. He started reading his Bible and going to church with his family.
It was pretty amazing when you pull in your house and you tell your family, get up, we're going to go to church. I just got saved. And you don't even know what that means. You know, they think you must have snorted something up my nose or something, went crazy. You know, the guy wants to go to church.
Steve says he hasn't had a drop of alcohol since.
The fear of the Lord will make a man hate evil. And as I've grown to fear the absence of God in my life, fear disappointment in God, and I've got to where I just despise evil. And I've gotten that away about the alcohol because it was so dangerous in my life and I didn't know it. Jesus saved me on the side of that road, signified it by putting his spirit in me. He forgave my sin and he gave me a chance to become Christ-like.